Lesson number 3, Part 2, The Spell of Leviathan. In the last lesson, you learned why many have a chaotic relationship with money. In fact, I liken Wall Street's occult ritual to the occult spell of Leviathan, after the mythical sea monster of chaos and evil. In the sense that many are spellbound to be divided unto themselves to see money externally, while their innermost survival mechanisms are agitated from beneath the sea of their unconsciousness by economic engineering. And it all begins with the influence of your family, social circle, religious indoctrination, formal education, and the financial media, to cause you to project your energy into money to keep it in motion. That is why disorder becomes the order of the day when your family and friends imply that you should be realistic and sensible concerning money when you can clearly see the hamster trail they're running on. You can see disorder becoming the order of the day when going to college is promoted as your key to a brighter future. Yet you can see the results of those that came before you, receiving degrees that deteriorate in value as more people pursue them, stuck with huge tuition debt and often working jobs outside of their degree. Disorder is the order of the day when the church implies that you must look up here and there to an external authority for your sustenance, when you can clearly see those who came before you have done these things faithfully and are struggling just as much or even worse than those who are in the world, while those who lead the flock never seem to miss a beat financially in good or bad times. Disorder is the order of the day when the financial media suggests that you save for retirement with their never seem to change investment advice. Yet those before you have followed said advice have collectively lost trillions in wealth. Now it should be clear as to the real meaning of the phrase Novus Ordo Seclorum, or the new order of the ages, the old age of pimping. So how do you get free of the spell of Leviathan? By progressing to the second degree, knowing your purpose. Understand first where you're at in this financial occult ritual. You operate in the Blue Lodge, which exists on the porch outside of Solomon's temple. This means that all of your labor in the field and your thinking has led you to build a structure that exists outside of you. You have become the worker and the material for building Solomon's temple. And the financial God you strive for in Solomon's temple is foreign to you. And those who benefit from your labor and adoration of their God have been made by you to be illuminated. The key to breaking the spell of Leviathan over you is to stop building Solomon's economic temple and to begin building a temple that is not made with hands. Not only must you build your own temple, but you must do it with the same, if not more dedication and with better material. So how do you do this? For the record, I am not advocating that one stop using money, or head for the mountains and wait until the end of the world, or for the supposed New World Order. Not that it would matter anyway. Because the Wall Street matrix, or whatever economic prison they create, whether in this age or the order to come, is already here. Because it is you that supply the power that enslaves you in the first place. What would serve you best is that you take to heart the advice of the master teacher when he said these three things. 1. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. 2. Render therefore unto Caesar the things which be Caesar's, and unto God the things that be unto God. And 3. Behold, the kingdom of God is within you. Let's examine what it means to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. What this means is that you exist within a financial game where there are people who created an economic system that is designed by default not to operate in your best interest. Since you are to be in this world and not of it, then you must play this game shrewdly without causing destruction to yourself and others. How does one do this? By rendering to Caesar what is Caesar's and what is for God to God. Here, within the context of the first saying, you must be wise and clever by keeping your business related to God and that which is of Caesar or the matrix separate. In essence, the objective is to walk through the pillars and play the game on terms that serve your highest good. For example, most people live their financial lives with their career and money intertwined, as in what you do equals the money you make. So, in the worst case scenario, if your job gets hit, your money also takes a hit. But it would be wise if your career stood on its own without regard to money and your money had its own career. I will touch more on the idea of money having a career later. If you follow this formula to the end, it should beg the question: what should I be doing if not for the money? The answer lies in the third saying of the master teacher, that the kingdom of God is within you. Here, the focus is on following your life's purpose, or the highest will of love and compensation. Because whatever your life's work, or that which you do best and are most passionate about, there is where your heart. And wherever your heart, that is where the kingdom of God is. Therefore, where God is, so is your life's purpose. And wherever the kingdom of God is, there is where you will find the covenant or agreement to provide all the resources necessary to carry out your great work. This is in stark contrast to those who till the land on other people's property, prostituting themselves out and competing with others over money. But it is not just about living your purpose, but about becoming the highest expression of your purpose, the mastering or perfecting of your craft. For the inner path of mastering your life's work to the point of being able to deliberately create any desired outcome, regardless of economic conditions around you, is to inhabit an inner heaven that draws all the other things to you. And the first line of defense from the spell of Leviathan. Contemplate this idea of becoming a master builder of your life. If you understand these matters, then you are ready for the last degree of the Blue Lodge.